Hey guys, and welcome to Dubai. Dubai is a city and an emirate in the United Arab Emirates, known for luxury shopping, ultramodern architecture, and sandy beaches. Dubai was turned from a desert backwater into one of the world's most futuristic cities in less than 50 years. Where is Dubai located? In the eastern part of the Arabian Peninsula, on the coast of the Persian Gulf. The city is just so overwhelming. Different parts of the city are just so spread out, and it's not clear how to get from one place to another. First of all, let's point out some cultural aspects. Although Dubai is the most liberal of the 7 emirates, it is still an Arab emirate, and much of its culture is influenced by Islam. Criticizing the royal family, local laws, or the country in general will probably get you in trouble. Drinking in public or just being intoxicated in public is also against the law. When visiting public places, you gotta follow a certain dress code. Make sure you cover your shoulders and knees. Also, no kissing or hugging in public. You will hear a call to the prayer 5 times a day, no matter where you are, outside, in a mall, or at a business meeting. Filming people is basically illegal. You gotta ask for their permission first. The population of the city is 3.3 million people, and every year it increases by 170,000 people. You might be surprised, but the locals, or Emiratis, only make up about 10% of the population. Looking at all the luxury of Dubai, it might seem that everyone must be pretty wealthy around here, which is often the case for locals and some high-skilled expatriates coming from countries like the US, UK, and Canada. But it's a completely different story for the construction workers and the taxi drivers that come from Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, Nigeria, Egypt, and other countries, who only average about $600 or $700 a month. They don't live in fancy neighborhoods. Rather, they live in communities such as this one. They can't afford to bring their families over here. And sometimes several men have to share one room. They're here to make some money and send it back to their home country. None of those people had plans to stay here longer than they needed to, because UAE citizenship is almost impossible to obtain. Even if you're born here, it doesn't change anything unless one of your parents is an Emirati. In Dubai, the number of men exceeds that of women by more than double. There's about 2.5 males for every female. Today, less than 5% of the Emirates' revenue comes from oil. Instead, the economy relies on trade, tourism, aviation, financial services, and real estate. Tourism is doing well. Dubai is the 4th most visited city in the world. The city had 15 million overnight visitors in 2016. But the real estate situation is another story. Those who want to invest in Dubai have to keep an eye on the market. Several years ago, Dubai already found itself in a difficult situation when it needed a $20 billion bailout from its oil-rich neighbor, Abu Dhabi, to escape a debt crisis caused by collapsing property prices. Since 2014, residential property prices have dropped by more than 15% and are still falling. The housing market remains oversupplied, and looking at all the ongoing projects, I get a feeling that it might stay this way for a while. At the same time, they're expecting the city population to double by 2027. Everyone's betting on Expo 2020 to turn things around, for which Dubai is ready to spend $8 billion on infrastructure. Dubai has always been an attractive place to run a business for yet another reason: zero taxes. But in 2018, the government implemented value-added tax VAT at a rate of 5%. Not too bad, but it's not zero anymore. Dubai is in the desert, and it's hot. Summer days can be as hot as 50 Celsius or 122 Fahrenheit, and it's sunny throughout the year. It's in the desert, so water supply is a major challenge. Close to 99% of potable drinking water in Dubai comes from desalination plants. Just imagine how many cubic meters of water they need every day for the city. In this part of the world, you know a city is wealthy when it has a lot of green parks and gardens and palm trees. Dubai is not very walkable, so you'll have to be relying on public transportation to get you around, but most people just prefer to use taxis. Dubai is jam-packed with things that are designed to be the biggest or the most extravagant in the world. It has this attitude of nothing is impossible. The Burj Khalifa is the tallest building in the world. It's an 830-meter tall tower that dominates the skyscraper-filled skyline. By the way, Burj in Arabic means a building. While without a doubt it's a true masterpiece, it might be just a little bit of an overrated site for tourists. Dubai has the world's largest flower garden, Dubai Miracle Garden. The garden has a total of 45 million flowers. So nice to find yourself in this beautiful area and take a break from the busy city. Where do you find the best roads in the world? For 5 years in a row, the Emirates had been #1 when it came to quality of roads, according to Global Economy. And of course, if you have some super roads, you need some supercars, right? They have bus stops with air conditioning. They call them air-conditioned bus shelters, and there's more than 1,000 of them right now in the city. Dubai has the world's longest fully automated metro system. Most of it above the ground. They have 2 lines, a green line and a red line. The red line goes along the main Dubai street, Sheikh Zayed Highway. There are 3 different classes of service: silver class, women and children only, and gold class. A ticket to the gold class is 2 times more expensive than usual. The best thing about it is it doesn't get crowded during rush hours. Atlantis the Palm is a luxury hotel resort located at the apex of the Palm Jumeirah. Among other things, it has Aquaventure Water Park and the Lost Chambers Aquarium, the Burj Al Arab. Dubai is a city of shopping malls. Like, what do you do on those hot days? People go to the malls to escape from the heat. The Mall of the Emirates is one of the largest malls here. It's got Ski Dubai, an indoor ski resort with 5 ski tracks and a snow park. You can also visit an ice cave and go sledding. Another mall is the Dubai Mall. Today it's the 2nd largest mall in the world, but it used to be the largest. If you like exotic cars, then in front of the Dubai Mall there's always something to look at. It's a bustling entertainment center with mesmerizing sights and attractions, often viewed by most Emiratis as the ultimate shopping destination in the city. Let's look at some things that you can see inside the mall. The human waterfalls. One of the finest artificial waterfalls that I've ever seen. There's also an aquarium, one of the largest in the world in fact, 2.6 million gallons of water. Outside they have a fountain show, which always gets crowds and crowds of people. You can actually take a boat ride or go walking around the periphery of the lake and view all the shops and the restaurants. What can you do outside of the city? Dune bashing. Dubai lies directly within the Arabian desert, so you can go dune bashing in a 4x4. Most often, it's a Toyota Land Cruiser or a Nissan Patrol. They got temples of Thailand, Forbidden City of Beijing, the Eiffel Tower, and so much more. And they also have different shows during the night. Like they have this monster stunt show 3 times a night with cars and motorbikes, and you can enjoy some incredible performances, fight scenes, drifting, stunt bikers, and they even had a tank.
Amazing!
Those who love amusement parks are really going to enjoy Dubai because it has a cluster of theme parks and water parks like Legoland, Bollywood, and Motion Gate, and others. Let's take a look at some different parts of the city. Deira is Dubai's old financial district. It sits on the east bank of Dubai Creek. At one point, it played a vital role in the economic development of the city. Today, Deira is a bustling commercial residential district with some old markets, including some specializing in spices and gold. The most recognized landmark is Deira's Clock Tower. Then you have downtown Dubai with Burj Khalifa and endless skyscrapers. Sheikh Zayed Highway is the longest street in Dubai. It gives the full feeling that you are in the city of the future. So how did it all start? Dubai was a village of fishermen and pearl hunters until the mid-20th century. The best way to look at this distant past is to visit the Dubai Museum. It is located in Fort Al Fahidi, which is the oldest building in Dubai, built in 1787. Pearl hunting was the main source of income for the local population back then, but the invention of artificial pearls by the Japanese in the 1930s destroyed the economy. In 1968, Great Britain abandoned the protectorate of the Gulf countries. Right around this time, oil was discovered, and from that moment, the Emirates got a quick start in the development. What's it like for the locals to live here? Emiratis, like I said, make up only 10 to 15% of the population. They get plenty of perks from the government, like $20,000 or more as a wedding present. Polygamy is allowed, so you can have more than one wife. There's an Arab joke about this. If you have one wife, she will fight with you. If you have two wives, they will fight for you. Recently, they introduced mandatory military service, so now Emirati men who have finished secondary school and aged between 18 and 30 will have to serve a year and 4 months.